Welcome to week 123. Very interesting energies this week. I began bringing the messages through on Monday. Now is Wednesday. So I'm going to start with what came through on Monday to lead us to this point today. So week 123. And the energies, I'm going to read this to you so that I can remember it all, because it was two days ago now. The energies lift us up into the great divine love of Sirius, the Sirian energies coming through. And my first vision was as if I was looking up through the pylons of Luxor Temple and to the space between the pylons, and above what I could see was just one lone star shining very brightly, which is the star of Sirius, which is very visible in many parts of the world, but in particular in Egypt at around this particular time. So I could see that in the clear blue sky or in the heavens above. One star, clear and bright, as if beckoning us to keep our focus here. You know, the Star of Bethlehem. I don't know if the Star of Bethlehem is the same star as Sirius, but maybe it is. But it was almost like, that was what I kept thinking. Follow that star, you know. It's going to lead us toward Christ consciousness, towards Sirius, towards ascension. So the emotions were flowing really strongly through me, really blasted my heart open, and very overwhelming feeling of divine love coming through. I stayed focused on that star, and the visions shifted to the masculine and feminine, and they were walking through the central column of Luxor Temple. So they were around about when you enter into Luxor Temple. At the very beginning, you are entering into like around the Luxor Temple was built in almost like the replica of the body of the pharaoh. And so when you enter in at around the feet area, which is all connected to the base chakra. And I could see them in the area that is just about to enter into the birth canal area of the base chakra. So they were walking hand in hand up through the central column of the temple of Luxor, and my heart blasted open again. Tears flowed, and as I was typing it, it was just really, really, really overwhelming. And so I want to explain to you, Sirius is the home of ascension, where it's said that the University of Sirius is here, and it's where we go in our sleep to learn more about the ascension process. It's the home of Christ consciousness. And if there could be a place called heaven, then this would be that place that we would call heaven, Sirius. So Sirius is bright in the sky during the time of the Lion's Gate, from July 26 to August 12, and very, very visible in Egypt. It closed only last week, so it closed on the 26th of August, 12th of August, sorry. We are now the 19th of August. And we're being shown the path that we've graduated to. So we've actually earned the right now to enter into the temple. So this, again, you know, that realization as I was witnessing this vision and writing this message to come through, again, opened my heart with this deep sobbing, I guess, you know, connecting with home, with the divine, with God, God's self, you know. So we made it to walk hand in hand with the divine masculine and the divine feminine as equals, saying we'll walk now together through this chakra column, through this ladder of consciousness, through this path toward the Holy of Holies, toward the divine within us, for the divine within humanity. So Luxor Temple is a physical temple in a place that is sometimes referred to as a physical location of heaven on earth, and that's here in Luxor. And people might say, if they've been here and they've experienced a bit of life in Luxor, which can be very much chaotic, they might wonder why. But the path to ascension on the fourth ray path, which is the path to Sirius, under the tutelage, if you like, of the ascended master Serapis Bey, is to find harmony within through conflict, or through the conflict within, through the chaos. And so Luxor actually is like a representation or a reflection of that particular path. We come here, we're totally immersed in the energies that help us to raise up through that conflict within, so that we can heal the parts of the unresolved parts of us, the chaos within ourselves, so that we can become, we can take on more light, we offload, we take on more light, and we can move forward again. So that is why it is more or less like the gateway to heaven, if you like, the gates to enter into heaven. And the etheric body of the temple of Luxor is the etheric temple of ascension, where the flame of ascension burns brightly for us. So Serapis Bey, in his book Dossier on Ascension, actually brings the message through that everyone must pass through Luxor, be it in the physical or be it in the spiritual, but we must pass through on our path to ascension. And in 2004, I was given an energy that is an ascension frequency that does this same thing. So and then I was shown how to bring people into this energy, which is basically bringing them into the flame to heal the chaos within themselves, so that they can continue this path of ascension. It's not something you do once, 1 month, 1, 2. It's something we do for the rest of our lives, and we continue to clear as we walk along this pathway. So we must pass through the great flames of purification to cleanse and purify our bodies. We cleanse the spiritual, we cleanse the mind grid, we cleanse the lower mental body, which is our conscious thinking conditioned mind. We cleanse our emotional bodies, and ultimately the last body of ascension is the physical body. So we walk through that path. So this takes place through a series of life experiences that are sent to us to experience the deepest healing, to our deepest wounds, and we enter the flames of purification. So the chaos must rise at Luxor, but unfortunately most of them don't understand what's happening, but they are being placed in the chaos, and the chaos will start to reverberate within them as they are clearing through. But the reflection can be a person or a place or a series of people, whatever it is, that will bring this trembling and this volcanic eruption as we moving through the chaos. And of course that affects us at the level of the mind, and that can affect our feelings, nature, and often we crumble. And as we crumble, we are stripped back to the raw beginnings, and we have to begin to build ourselves back up again. And it takes a lot of understanding and a lot of deep commitment to walk this path of ascension. It's a purification that must take place for us to rise to the next degree in our own spiritual evolution. So as I said, Luxor Temple was built according to the body of the Pharaoh and is referred to as the Temple of Man by author Schwaller de Lubitz. And in my own ascension process, back in when I went through my awakening back in 2004, after bringing the ascension program through, I then developed a healing modality. And the second program that I was teaching for that modality, I allowed myself to go onto the table for one of the practicing students, initiates, participants, and I began to have visions. And the first vision that I saw was a word which I knew was a name. And I have to say to you that back in this time, I actually didn't know anything about ancient Egypt. I brought this frequency through before I had ever been to Egypt. This was my mission, and probably very significant that I did it before I came to Egypt, because otherwise it would be confused as to why it happened with me. But I saw the name written and I didn't know it. I'd never seen it before. I'm not a history buff. I was never interested in ancient Egypt. I knew nothing about it. I saw the name written across like this. And so I said it out loud, trying to pronounce it. Amun-Ra, Amun-Ra, Amun-Ra. I said it several times to see if I was getting it right. And as I did, my body went into a purification activation. My whole body was shuddering through what I call an activation process, all of my body. And the participant that was doing the healing session on me, bringing the frequency through, I then saw two big statues and a temple behind, and I had never seen anything like it before. And I said, I think it is a temple. I'm going to go in. Please get your pen and paper. I'm going to tell you what I see. So as I went in through the temple, I described what I saw all the way through the temple. And at one point I got to, which later, I will tell you the next bit later, but I got to a point within this temple. I saw exactly where it stepped up, where it moved up to different levels. And at one point within this temple, I was in a bigger area, open area, and I saw to my left a great, enormous, godlike being who I recognized or assumed was Sirius. And because he shows himself to me in a particular way, but a very giant-like, godlike being. And standing in front of him was Jesus and Mary Magdalene. And I didn't understand why Jesus and Mary Magdalene, but they are the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And so they were facing, if you go into the temple and you come to this area, actually facing to the left. Stepped aside from the column that moves further beyond the temple. Now, if you have been to the temple, this particular area is where the Roman images are. And then there is another area. I did not go beyond this. My vision did not go beyond this. What happened then was a huge stream of water, gush of water, like a very powerful water, came down through the temple to the all the way through. All I see was a stream of very strong and powerful water. Later, a month or so, I can't remember the exact timing, I took a course on philosophy, and there was a book, library or bookshop in this particular place that I went to do this course. I wanted to buy a book on sacred geometry, and off the shelf fell a book. This was the book I decided that I needed to read. So I picked up the book. It was called Sacred Geometry. Oh, okay, I'll take that one. It fell off the shelf. I took it home. I opened the book. When I opened the book, it came to a page that had the floor plan of Luxor Temple. And it was exactly the same floor plan as the floor plan that I described when I went through this process. So I was like, wow, okay. And I'm not going to tell the whole story. It's in my book, Birthing a New Reality. But then eventually in 2006, I came to Egypt. And of course, I went to Luxor Temple and was again blown away to find that the temple that I walked through, yes, was indeed this very same temple that I had described and drawn through my visions while having this particular healing session. So at that stage, the visions had stopped around the area of the heart chakra. And now we are beginning this process again for humanity. I have gone through many processes of ascension since that time, but that now is not the time to talk about that. I just wanted to talk about the brief part to do with this temple. So at that particular time, I was guided to walk through the temple, and in so doing, I did describe the vision to somebody who drew it and wrote about it as I did, and eventually, as I told you, the book came. The visions in the book came, and then I came to Luxor in 2006, 2 years later after this experience. And this is the ladder of consciousness, okay? It is being represented through the temple, the ladder of consciousness. The temple is built on the plan of the body of the king, the pharaoh, the king, our king self, our, maybe the divine masculine self, and our God self. So this is us, the reflection of our God self. So through our daily lives, we have to experience certain things, and we are immersed into the flames of purification to purify the bodies in readiness for ascension. This is what happens when we start to feel, when our kundalini is rising and we feel the flames of purification moving through our body, and as we step upon this path. So the Ascended Master Serapis Bey was incarnate in Egypt many times. He's sometimes called the Egyptian. He carried the flame of ascension from Atlantis to Egypt at the time of the Great Fall, and which would be, the Old Kingdom time. And the flame has resided here above in the etheric of Luxor Temple ever since. One incarnation of Serapis was that of Amenhotep III, and the area that I was actually shown in the vision when I was looking up and I saw Sirius in the skies above, was through the pylons in the area that is known as the colonnade of Amenhotep III. So again, I was being shown these synchronicities or these symbolisms to give me greater depth of understanding what was happening. The star of Sirius was shown to me right through the central colonnade. So we're reminded to keep our sights, to keep looking up, to keep our sights on higher consciousness, on Christ consciousness, to remember the path we're on, to the reason we are here, to hold the vision for ourselves and for humanity, to rise higher in consciousness or to ascend. We do this as the balanced and aligned masculine and feminine, or we do this as we move through balancing and aligning our masculine and feminine. First of all, we have to develop both masculine and feminine chakras within ourselves. Then we have to bring balance to those masculine and feminine. And then we have to bring union to the masculine and feminine, and harmony to the masculine and feminine within ourselves. And I had the song come to me, Stand By Your Man. So stand by your masculine energy. Don't clash. Hold the stillness for the masculine as the masculine is starting to be developed within us, because this is the phase that we're in right now. Or if you are more masculine and you need to balance the feminine, then this is possibly what's happening for you now. So we were shown last week with the vision of the masculine and feminine in the movie theater, sitting side by side, receiving aha moments, which was the feminine wearing holding the box of popcorn. So now we have entered the temple. So they were keeping the vision, the higher vision, keeping their sights set on the bigger picture and knowing that this is all playing out. Trying not to get involved in the drama where possible. And if you do, trying to pull yourself out of that as quickly as possible. So now we have earned the right to enter the temple. And the walk now becomes far more testing, because now we are in the truly in the testing grounds. If you thought you were in it before, now we're in it, because now we're in the flames of ascension. And this is happening collectively, okay? So things may start to heat up, may start to be stirred up within the individual and within humanity. So we're always in the testing grounds. We realize that, but we must remember to seek and understand the greater vision of what is happening for ourselves and for humanity. Because by now, if you've earned the right to get to this point, you are working like the Bodhisattva. You are holding light for those that are not yet able to hold the light. So you, excuse me, as you become stronger in your own light, you begin to take on more of healing for humanity, for the collective. So it can be quite heavy and hard to get through. So you have put your hand up for that as you are working through your mastery, as you have said, I will take this walk, I will do this, I will hold the hand of my masculine energy and help that. So we're talking energy, we're not talking man and woman, we're talking energy, we're talking mind, we're talking heart, we're talking direction, we're talking path, we're talking all of these energies that need to go together. Okay, they're the yin and the yang. They are the opposites. We are talking polarity of what one might perceive right and wrong, or light and dark, so on and so forth. We are talking masculine and feminine energies here, and they must be balanced for us to be walking equally through this path, and we are ready to do it. But if the vision that I saw, they are just entering the birth canal, just entering the area of the base chakra. So as we take this path, we will walk through the chakras. So issues that may belong to base chakra, maybe base chakra issues, initiating things, they have to start now. So be conscious of the path that we are on, and please do follow what is going to be happening for us week by week as I bring these messages through to you each week. So what we experience is only the earthly experience, the human experience. It reflects the greater purpose and our reason for being. We are all sparks of God finding our way home through a life of experience, okay? Through a life of experience. We cannot do it through the mind. If we try to do it through the mind, we will block ourselves. We must do it through the heart. We must have the experience, and we must bring balance of heart and mind. We must think with our heart. There's this whole unification of heart-mind energy that must take place. We gather our wisdom through the most challenging experiences, and the wonder of life is incomprehensible if we only look at it through the eyes of drama and chaos. The path to Sirius is the path to harmony through chaos or through conflict, and the flame that purifies us resides in the etheric layer of Luxor Temple. So today we're going to be bringing through the light codes of ascension for the masculine and feminine for this part of the journey, okay? So this beginning part of the journey. And so as life had it, I brought this message through on Monday, and then I was blocked to do that on that particular day. I had to do some things here. I had to, for 2 days, and I was not able to come until today. However, everything is always perfect, because today is a numerologic day of the 22. The Master 22 is about mastery. It is about the architect building that temple, building, doing things in a big way, big scale. It is mastery. And through this process, there is great challenges that can come at us. So we are working with that energy today. Now, if you look at that energy, at that numerological influence in a different way, in the way that I normally do it, it becomes a 4913. Now, that is about wisdom of the heart and transformation through the wisdom of the heart. So if you like, transformation through passing through the heart, through passing through the experience, because we gain wisdom through experience, not through knowledge. And so this great transformation, this great regeneration is taking place, and it had to happen today. So there is never a mistake. Everything takes place in accordance to the way it is supposed to play out. So I want to do the card reading for you now. I've done the card reading, but I want to show the cards to you. So the first card that came out today, our base chakra card, is card number 51. So we have the 5 and we have the 1. We have the truth and our intentions of following that path of truth, our intentions of walking the path of truth, of coming into, intending to stay in a place of peace, and being able to communicate in such a way. And this becomes the 6th. So this is the brow chakra, and is also to do with relationships. So we're being told here now that we will see this coming through in relationships. In relationships, there is always the masculine and feminine energy playing out in whatever the relationship is. The card itself says, keep your commitments. So stay focused on your path. Stay focused. It's almost like, come on, a little feminine here. You know, come on, stay on track. Because we are about to enter this pathway. We are walking through channel or the ladder of consciousness now. We are ready to do this. We are ready, okay? We are ready. The second card, the sacral chakra card, is card number 9. So there's a completion cycle happening here. And it's also talking about wisdom. It is the Hermit, Archangel Raziel. So the Hermit needs to spend some time alone. And it says on the bottom, spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. So this is about withdrawing and spending some time alone so that you can, and of course it's the sacral chakra, so it's about partnerships, it's about relationships, it's about bringing the birthing through of the new energies. And we need to do this by retreating within and having some time to ourselves. So the Hermit is saying, step back, take a little bit of time to yourself, move aside from the so it's the masculine and feminine. Have some space between you right now. This is the time not to merge. This is the time to give yourself that space so that you can fully merge, then you can fully come into those energy, bring those energies together. So taking a little bit of a break right now. And the third card, the solar plexus card, is about stability. That we need to do that to hold our stability, to throw out the anchor, to really have that power, to hold ourselves down. Hold ourselves down so that we can really have that great stability and the power of knowing that this anchoring of energies, we are anchoring an energy here so that we can move forward. This is the solar plexus. This is our power center. When we heal the wounds of the solar plexus, we are on our mission. It opens before us and we're able to move further into the heart space and begin that process of going through the gateway, crossing over the bridge and further into higher consciousness. So really holding yourself down at this moment, and we can do that by giving ourselves some space and going within and really reflecting on everything that is happening within our life at the moment, and the emotions and the mind. So get our mind in order. Keep our mind still. Keep the mind still. When you can keep your mind still, you can keep your emotions still. Then you have the two working equally together, and that is the most powerful thing to be able to do. Now, in the heart chakra, beautiful card happening here, card number 14, which is about, again, about think with your heart. Think with your heart, intend with your heart, to bring through the truth, to walk through into the truth. It is about balance, and this is the perfect card. It is the masculine and feminine in perfect balance here, absolutely perfectly balanced. I was just really blown away when I saw this card come up today, because as we know, the way that I do my cards as well is I shuffle and only one card is allowed to fall out. So I'm really amazed every time the cards come through. So that is the heart chakra. That is where we are moving through now, the masculine and feminine in the heart, the masculine and feminine in the heart space, ready to make that ascension through beyond, to come beyond the heart space. And the throat chakra card, the next one, is the Knight of Cups. So this is the divine masculine energy. He is ready to move forward. He is offering this energy. He is saying, yes, we are ready to move with the masculine beyond the heart and into the next level of ascension through the throat, through that little bottleneck that is really challenging here. This is the space of truth. We have to come in alignment with our truth. We have to be willing to be able to speak our truth, to be seen, living our truth, to be the truth. The masculine is ready to do this now. So we are walking very firmly forward with this. We are awakening that masculine within us. We are bringing the masculine up in alignment with the feminine energy to move forward. And so what is the next card? Card number 13. And like I said before, depending on how you do the numbers, today is a 49-13 day, which is about the wisdom of the heart, walking through the heart space. And who do we have? We have Osiris, the divine masculine himself, regeneration, transmutation, and beauty. So this is the brow chakra here. And we are coming through with the divine masculine energy here. He is in a process of regeneration and transmutation. He is coming forward. He is ascending up. He is ready to come into awakening. He's in the waters at the moment. This is like the emotions here. The waters are the emotions, and we're in the brow chakra. So this is the emotions and the mind and the emotions coming into harmony, really allowing himself to be immersed, the masculine energy, the mind, merging into the emotional side here, allowing the growth is coming through here. You can see these are the lily pads of the lotus, which is going to bring forth that great awakening, that great wisdom of the lotus energy. The roots are going down, deep down into the water, being fed by this beautiful energy. And we can see the lotus flower here on the side coming up from there. So just absolutely beautiful. And the final card, the seventh card, the card of the crown chakra, is Lady Nada. Now, Lady Nada is the divine feminine expression of, or the ascended expression of Mary Magdalene. So this is the divine feminine energy, and Lady Nada works with the Lords of Karma, so she helps us to clear all of our karmic stuff. But Lady Nada helps to heal and bring together the divine masculine, the divine feminine. She is a healer of twin flames. So this is showing us again that this is the path that we are on. We are bringing balance to the masculine and the feminine. The crown chakra is a masculine chakra. It is the father chakra, the divine masculine, the crown, and she is the divine feminine, coming together, healing the divine masculine, the divine feminine, bringing balance to the masculine energy. Absolutely beautiful. Couldn't pick better cards if I sat down and tried to pick them out myself. Of course, it's absolutely divine. I really, really love it. And so that's it. Please come and join me on Facebook, www.facebook.com, Luxor Light Healing, and many other groups that I have on Facebook. Please do visit my website, www.luxorlightascension.com. Connect with me in regards to the Ascension program, Luxor Light Ascension program, that helps you to bring, to develop your masculine and feminine chakras, to bring balance to the masculine and feminine, to bring them into union, to bring them into harmony, to awaken you to the higher parts of yourself, the divine masculine and divine feminine, to draw the divinely right masculine energies, masculine feminine energies towards you, and open you further to. So that's it for me. Till next week, please do come in and follow these programs. We're about to go in and do the light codes for this week to help us activate this actual process that is happening. So the light codes, the sound light codes that come through me, through my voice, help to activate this process to help us move forward. And I want to give my thanks to all those that do take part in this, because you are taking part in this for humanity. So till next week, it's over and out from me, and see you then. Same place, same time.